Hey, everybody, it is Kai again, and this time we're back with another one of game analyses, and this is from the Derek tournament that he sent us, the bunch of game videos, and yeah, this is between Dark Irregulars and Grand Blue, and we're coming into the game at game 2, because at game 1, the Dark Irregular player got a game loss, so unfortunate. On the left is Caleb, and on the right is Brody. Now, let's get this started. Now, one thing is that the Grand Blue player is actually playing a more Night Rose-centric build, and the Dark Irregulars player doesn't have Charlotte, because we don't have Charlotte in English yet, so basically playing kind of not Butterfly Moonlight set yet, but one thing to know is Dark Irregulars is regarded as one of the best premium decks in the current metagame, even without Charlotte, so it'll be interesting to see how well this Night Rose-centric build does against it. Now, I'm not sure what's with all the Night Rose-centric decks, but interestingly enough, it gives some plays in this matchup. So 2 ways to deal with Dark Irregulars is you go face. Face is the place. You smart your opponent, you just drop your hand and bash. The other way is you play it slow. You play smart, you play a more grind game. This deck, Night Rose, can actually play a more grind game because you have Skeletal Cannoneers. They can hopefully snipe off your opponent's stuff when he does his combos and threaten him not be able to kill his enigmatic assassin early, so he cannot like abuse it too much. But yeah, so you can play that grindy game and you can like damage deny. So let's look at this kind of field position here. Now you see your opponent ride a Yellow Bolt. New Yellow Bolt, so they basically get Soul Charge 2 when they ride something over. He didn't develop any Killer Tail, so that means if he rides a Emblem Master, he can only counterblast 1 to search for Emblem Masters. So that kind of, it's like not great, but from those 2 cards, he's basically getting like a Soul Charge 5, yeah? A possible Soul Charge 5, and that helps him reach Soul 13 Soul quicker. What I don't like about this current play that Brody is gonna do is he's going like mid road, like he's not going all out and he's not going all in. I mean, or he's not damage denying enough, because this basically you give your opponent 1 counter blast, so he can get the Emblem Master off anyway. That's like a good scenario for him, you know. If you didn't give him the counter blast, he can't use the Emblem Master now. That means he can't reach his 13 Soul as quickly as he wants. And yeah. Also, he develops that Greed Shade, leaves it at the front. This means his opponent can attack into the Greed Shade and not give you any more CB. Although he already has 2 CB, so that could be the case. Maybe I should shrink myself, by the way, because the damage is going to pick up pretty soon. But yeah. Basically, Dark Irregulars can 0 to 6 you pretty easily, basically all the time. And but one thing that he might be thinking in this matchup is that I'm against maybe a Night Rose or Grand Blue. Maybe I can't 0 to 6 him because they have a lot of defense, or if I know he's playing Night Rose, he has that opportunity too. So maybe he's just dealing damage here. Getting a crit though, that feels kind of bad. It gives options to do things. But again, if you know your opponent is playing Night Rose, there is not that many options that he can do, because Night Rose is all GB restricted. Like, he rides a Night Rose here, and then triggers a crit. Does he give it to the Rigard? Yeah, gives all crit to Rigard. So, basically he's giving only 1 damage to his opponent, but you'll find that giving even 2 damage to DI, especially Please Charlotte DI, which doesn't need as many counterblasts as the Charlotte one. Although you just don't have to ride Charlotte, right? You can just play old NL Canes. Like 2 CB is starting to get enough, because DI has gotten 5 Soul Charges early game, and that means he's probably gonna reach his 13 Soul pretty easily. He's got a Bobo, so 2 to 3 is just an absolute big deal. 3 counterblasts now. You can just kind of like scoop up the game, I guess. If it was like think about it this way. If it was a 1 to 2 damage, that is already pretty bad. But if it was like a 0 to 1, I don't think much is happening that turn. Okay? So, having the Bobo in his hand basically is a big GG to your opponent. Although, other thing is also giving 2 damage, you think, okay, he only has 1 face up, you can only use 1 CB. Dude, Dark Irregulars has one of the most accessible counter charges in the game. They have the the monochrome cat, sturdy stand cat that can just basically does everything the deck wants to do. So even 2CB is kind of pushing it. Probably what we're gonna see here is just he's putting out the 2 cards. Probably should have played that like Yellow Bolt first, and then played the Bobo down. Other thing, okay, previous turn as well. I think he Soul Charge of Yellow Bolt first, and then did Emblem Master. I think it's better to Emblem Master first, and then do the Soul Charge of Yellow Bolt, because then you might accidentally Soul Charge like the Emblem Master with the Yellow Bolt, so you don't get the max copies. Gasteel here is copying a Brufus. I think that looks to be a Brufus, and so they probably just an NLK, right? But yeah, Brufus with that amount of counterblast, 3 counterblast, just copy or get whatever you want, Soul Charge, and then I think you're done. Yeah, there's the Dirty Cat. I feel like if he should use his Brufus now. You should use your Brufus now, then use the Dirty Cat. You want to use your targeted Soul Charges first, and then use your blind Soul Charges. But he's gonna go blind Soul Charge here. I think he is on a Brufus. Well, maybe? Yeah, I think he's currently on a Brufus. But yeah, with Brufus NLK, target with Gasteel. Doesn't matter what you want. It just matters if you get 13 soul or not. Did he get a Protect marker, by the way? I couldn't really see. One thing you can do is, like, if you're going all in, you can put like the Protect marker, a Protect 2 marker, behind like the rear guard. So if you go Master of the 5th Element, you can at least get extra powers from there, which is kind of like a nice thing. So here's the thing, the Grand Blue side, he's Night Rose. Sure, that's kind of scary, but he's not set up at all, right? No GB up. He can't use Nigoro. He doesn't have a. He's got 1 Cannoneer in his soul, so it's gonna be kind of hard to get it out. I don't think he has any cannon. We can't really see the drop zone, but there's no Cannoneer. It doesn't look like there's any Cannoneers there. But yeah, there's nothing set up. You're playing with a lot of G cards, which means your defense is quite weak. Your triggers kind of are bad. You have like the old Banshee there still, so I don't think this game is gonna go Grand Blue's way at all. If DI combos up, just type of Soul Charge a bunch of stuff, just win the game. Interesting, he calls out like an Enigmatic Assassin here. So maybe he's like not going all in. Maybe he's just gonna do NLK a couple of times and then just that's good enough. But yeah, I don't think he's used the Brufus effect. So he's swinging with Bobo first, it looks like. Okay, he's boosting with Enigmatic Assassin as well. I think the judge is a judge thing, but yeah, no, they're just clarifying stuff. It looks like he's boosting with Bobo, Enigmatic Assassin, I mean, into your Vanguard. It's like 29 plus how many? I think, is that only 4 Soul Charges? That only 4? Should be more, man. Really? 4? Only like a plus 12. So okay, anyway, that should Enigmatic should be 29, right? I'm not too sure about the soul count, but 4 like plus 12 is kind of weak. Opponent looking what Gasteel does. It's probably going, what the heck? And then make sure I'm not dead this turn. There's like a lot of little things you can do as DI to maximize your chance of doing stuff that can really change the result. If you watch someone like Nikki Goldman, who did really well with DI at Worlds last year, you can see some really smart plays, really mechanical plays as well that will that gets like the extra 2% or whatever that can make DI very strong. Using the old Mill2 G Guardian for Grand Blue, it opens up GB, so if he has more G Guardians. Okay, so a DI player kind of did a big misplay right here. Did a big misplay because I'm not sure how many people know the Solemn Trap, but if you Brufus, You have to remember that Brufus's effect on attack is mandatory. And, yeah. Yeah, so DI is gonna lose the card, which means he can't max combo. Gets a soul charge, so he gets more 3k. Yeah. So that column is probably like 13 plus 7, 20, then plus 15, like 35. For some reason I always think DI numbers are like way bigger. But yeah. It's quite possible that Nairos just dies anyway, because his hand looks terrible. He G-Guardian just then, intercept, but there's not much card in his hand, and remember that these Guardians from him, look at this, it's a 15 and a 10, 25, it's like another 2 cards ripped from his hand. There's still a lot more attacks coming, even though he's gonna lose a card here. This is a fat Castile, like 41. He's not boosting with this creeper. Yeah, so I think here comes the surprisement. Oh, what do I have to retire? So he retires the yellow bolt, it seems. Yep. He can probably, no, don't retire the Bobo, right? Well, actually, it doesn't matter. You just have to leave a front row out, and you can still at least do something. But I don't know why he's just not boosting with the Dimension Creeper. Feels like you want to suck it in. Now, he gets a heal. Pretty good. This thing is hitting with a crit as well. Has stand. Well, that's like, these are pretty good triggers, man. It's pretty good triggers. And then last, nothing. There's a Hope and Dump though. So yeah, with this matchup, you can play grindy. Heal trigger goes off on Grand Blue's side. You can play grindy and then just hope your opponent doesn't get the Hope and Dump. If he gets a Hope and Dump, you're done anyway. But if the dump goes to like Soul, and there's like no way for him to get it out, then you can kind of play a grindy game and hope he doesn't run more than one Hope and Dump. Rise the NLK, so this NLK it should be pretty big. Gets crit as well. And you can call the Enigmatic Assassin out again. He's throwing away the dice now. Probably should keep it, right? Because you get more soul. You get when you do the NLK loop, you still get more soul charges because you can stack the Castile effect. Counting soul. Counting soul is a strategy you must learn as a DI player. Soul charges again, and boosts. So this should be. It was 5 dice before, right? And then he put in 4 cards from NLK plus the card from hand, so that should be 9. So with Castile, it should be plus 27. Can't guard. It was like 20. It's like 28. No. It's like 33, then plus 27, so it's like 60. And then looks like he's no guarding the NLK. NLK has a crit. Just gonna eat it. Yeah, he doesn't have enough card to guard. He has a stand from there as well, and yeah, it's pretty GG. So that is game 2 with DI winning. So they're now 1 apiece, and we will do the last game another day. The next video will be, well, the next match video will be of the last game of this. So keep tuned. We'll see who wins, and see you guys in the next video. We'll be making a Discord soon, a public Discord, so you can come and chill out with WCC. So we'll see you guys there. We'll let you know when it's done. And yeah, catch you guys in the next video. Bye!